Welcome to the Grizzled Geek in Review for December 1st, 2017. We hit December.
Yeah.
This is it. It's been a year.
Yes, we've been on the air for just about a year. Well, we got a couple more weeks to go, but yeah.
Yeah, basically a year.
Yeah.
So, bringing you the news all this time, once again, our weekly wrap-up. We have a little bit more news because we reported
early last week.
Yeah, because of the holidays.
Yep.
So stuff happened over the weekend. But we have it all here, so you don't have to, search for all these different news stories. We have it all condensed for you right here in one nerd package.
There you go.
And starting it off
with the most exciting news.
The most exciting news.
For me.
Yeah, Disney and Fox have resumed talks for the purchase of Fox. Now, earlier, last month.
Yeah, last month.
A couple weeks ago, it broke that they were in talks for Disney to purchase Fox.
And then almost immediately there was like, nope, talks are off.
Nope, talks are off. There's no movement on that right now. But talks have resumed, and insiders are saying that an official announcement is expected soon.
Yeah.
Now, what done it for me was there was an interview with X-Men producer Laura Schuler-Donner, longtime Fox producer, was asked about the possibility, and she was gushing over the fact. She's like, I would love to have the X-Men in the Marvel Universe. I think it's a great idea. I want to personally bow down
to the mouse.
To the mouse overlord. I think the writing's on the wall there. And, I think it's going to be great. I mean, it's not just Marvel getting their characters back. It's Disney getting the rights back to Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Yeah.
Right, which was 21st Century Fox.
And I think the biggest thing on the table for Disney is Hulu.
Hulu, yeah, that's a big thing.
That's what they are.
Now, the latest offer has the news and the TV staying with.
Yeah, it has to because they own ABC. They can't own two TV news networks.
Right. So that side, the sports and the news stays with Fox, but all the movie titles,
their whole studio, the
whole
movie studio, and all the rights that go with it.
I mean, that's it's crazy. And having at that point, the only characters Marvel wouldn't really have the rights for is Hulk, Solo, and Namor, which are Universal.
Which are both Universal right now. Yeah.
So, and I think Man-Thing. But, but I mean, it comes down to it. Hulk doesn't need, I'd love to have another Hulk movie, but him being in the other movies is fine.
Yeah, he's worked really well. The Buddy Thor movie, the Buddy Hulk Thor movie was good. So
yeah. Speaking of the Thor movie, the Thor movie hit a milestone, hitting the 800 million mark.
Yeah.
Right? And that pushed Disney over the, if they wanted to have the money for Fox, they definitely do. Because Thor hitting that mark pushed Disney over the 5 billion mark for the third consecutive year.
Nice.
3 years they made over, $5 billion globally. And it looks like they're going to hit it again next year with all the movies they have coming out.
Yeah.
Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Mary Poppins movie, Incredibles 2, Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Mm-hmm.
No stopping for Disney there.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Awesomeness.
So
yeah.
they'll own everything.
Go Disney.
Go Disney. We welcome our mouse overlord.
All right. In related news, the Star Wars universe, Daisy Ridley is saying that after Episode 9, she is done playing Rey. So
much for the trilogy continuing on.
Yeah, the idea that there would be another trilogy with the same new with the new characters we're getting here, which I thought was the idea all along. You make this handoff trilogy, and then they get their own stories, but that's not what she's saying. She's saying as soon as Episode 9 is done, she's done playing Rey.
Is she afraid of being typecast or something? Or?
I don't know. Because we were talking off screen, that Hollywood doesn't really typecast anymore so much.
Yeah.
You can have people who are known for being action stars in dramatic roles.
Yeah.
Or people who are in, superhero action movies that get into a comedy movie.
Right, exactly.
A superhero comedy. Or
it used to be the way they'd be typecast. If you were an action star, you were an action star. That's the way Hollywood looked at you. But Hollywood doesn't work that way anymore. just
by and large.
So
I don't know what her reasoning is, because this role's gotten her good roles. Look, she had a prominent role in Murder on the Orient Express.
Yep.
Which I don't think she would have had 2 years ago before playing Rey.
Right.
So
it definitely launched her career.
Yes,
and she's a great actress. So I mean,
now she did leave it open for doing a Mark Hamill type, come back 20 years, 30 years later, and play an older version of Rey. But that was just kind of a like, yeah, you never know. I don't think we'll be here in 30 years. Very pessimistic. But if we are, then I'd be open to it, kind of thing.
Well, I mean, you look at it, the timing on this, because they announced that they're going to do, continue on with these characters. Yeah. And then right after that, they announced Rian Johnson has his new trilogy coming out that doesn't have anything to do with this.
Right.
And then we hear this. So they probably, obviously they knew before we did.
Right.
That she wasn't doing it.
Yeah, that points to the next set of movies we're going to get are not going to be a continuation of this story.
No. Skywalker saga looks to be done. Yeah. All right. Now, it's award season right now.
Yep.
So Oscars are ramping up. A lot of independent movies are hitting the theaters, and a lot of movies that came out earlier are re-hitting the theaters for consideration for the awards.
Oh, right.
And one of the early benchmarks to see what gets in the Oscars is the National Board of Review issues their best of the years list.
Okay.
Right, and these are usually a good idea of who the Oscar contenders are. Mm-hmm. When you start looking at this list. And this year, some superhero love. We get some superhero love.
Yeah.
Now, while Wonder Woman didn't make the top 10 list, they did get the Spotlight Award. Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot both did for them combining to make Wonder Woman.
Right.
So they got a special award there. But Logan hit the top 10 list.
Nice.
So everyone was wondering whether or not it has Oscar potential. I mean, it is a great movie, but it is in the likes of, these are the top 10 that came out: Baby Driver, Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Downsizing, Dunkirk, The Florida Project, Get Out, Lady Bird, Logan, and The Phantom Thread. Nice. So Get Out and Logan, to see those two on the best of list for National Board of Review.
Yeah.
That's high awesome. Praise for genre movies.
Right.
Which you don't normally see.
Yeah, you got a out of nowhere horror movie with Get Out, or suspense.
Yeah.
Horror suspense, and then superhero drama in Logan. So cool.
Yeah.
All right. Who's to blame for Justice League? There's it came out that Paramount was actually approached about the mustache thing by Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers offered to pay, said, hey, can we, have him shave it off? Will you, pay for a prosthetic, or we'll pay for you to have it digitally added. Here's what can be done.
They even spent time working up how to show them how they could do add it digitally a lot easier than remove it.
Right. And then Paramount's like, no, we're not going to do that. So I don't know.
Bitches.
Well, it makes you wonder if those studios have a little history of kind of button heads there.
They've been putting fake mustaches on people in Hollywood for years, and they look fine.
Yeah.
And even then, they offered to pay for it digitally.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I'm
not watching Mission Impossible.
Well, I wasn't going to watch it anyway. So there was also an article in Wrap that alleges that WB CEO Kevin Sugihara, Mike gives me all the names, who is the one who demanded that the movie be under 2 hours.
That ridiculous demand.
And the president, Toby Emmerich, wanted to preserve their bonuses that would be paid. They wanted it paid before the AT&T Time Warner merger deal went through, because they were afraid they wouldn't be at the studio afterwards. So if they push the movie off to next year and the merger happens and they aren't in those positions anymore, they wouldn't have got their bonus. So the Wrap alleges that they pushed to keep the time frame they were on, push it out on schedule, and not give the special effects team and Joss Whedon with his reshoots enough time to get everything done. So
corporate greed killed is what to blame for Justice League.
Which, if this article is true, again, it's alleged, that who knows if it was true or not. Yeah. If it was true, I hope those two do end up not working at the newly combined Time Warner, AT&T, nor any other studios.
I thought you were going to say burn in hell, but I think that's a
That's a little.
We toned it down a little bit there.
That's
a
little strong.
No,
Just never work again.
Never work again. I hope
enjoy that golden parachute.
I hope I get to drop coins in their bucket when they're passing by on the street. All right. Well, Justice League may not have been the box office hit that Warner Brothers was looking for, but we did get an awesome Justice League movie just on TV. Crisis on Earth X was an amazing crossover event with the WB Arrowverse shows. They do this, I mean, they did it last year when the first time of the year they had Supergirl, and then it was an awesome little alien invasion fight, and each one of them had their own episode. This one was a 4-episode arc that felt like, it felt like a movie, 4 parts to a movie.
Right. Okay.
I mean, and this had just almost everybody, every hero in the DC universe, I mean, in the Arrowverse, including introduce some new ones like the Ray, right? We actually got to see an awesome-looking Red Tornado as opposed to the first one, Supergirl Season 1, Red Tornado. I mean, there was so much... Because we've seen these characters for years, like 6 years with Arrow. Right? We've known them for years, so we actually were emotionally invested, just like in a Marvel movie.
Right.
That's why the Avengers movies carry so much weight, is because we care about these characters.
Yeah, they're already established. And in the Crisis on Earth X, there was a lot of, I mean, there's some great, amazing action in it too, but there was a lot of small character moments. There was a lot of it, right? Yeah. I mean, just, some crazy stuff. I mean, we got to see the return of Snart, which, one of my favorite characters, Captain Cold. And careful spoiler here.
There was also a major death of a character, and it was handled in a way that, I almost teared up at the whole thing. I mean, normally, as much time... Emotional. I am very emotional. But normally the amount of time they spent would draw away from an action-oriented movie like this. But there was a large... They didn't just he died and they went on. But he died in a heroic way, saving people. And then they took the time to see how it affected all his teammates, all his friends that he knew. They even had time for a funeral in this action-packed thing, and it carried emotional weight and gave them a motivation for the final battle. All in all, can't recommend Crisis on Earth X enough. You should go check it out. It is the Justice League movie you guys wanted, just without Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman.
Well, it kind of has Batman.
It does, yeah.
Inside joke. Green Arrow is essentially Batman in the Arrowverse.
If Arrow put fucking bat ears on his cowl, he'd be straight up Batman.
All right. Now we'll do the quick shorts, news shorts here. Just real quick run through of some minor stories, I guess.
Yeah.
Chinese actress Liu Yifei, I think, cast as Mulan in the Disney live-action movie.
Nice.
So that'll be cool. I think this one is one of the ones I most look forward to seeing a live action. That story, because there's not terrible lot fantastical about it.
Yeah, little dragon and that's it.
Yeah.
The rest of it's all
So you're going to get to see Chinese armies facing off at each other. I think that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. All right, heading back to the Arrowverse, in what seems to be an ever-increasing list of inappropriate Hollywood behavior, executive producer Andrew Kreisberg, who was executive produced like Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, all these shows, he was a major hand in this, has been fired after allegations of sexual harassment. So, I mean, the list continues.
Yeah,
I mean, we might have to mulligan Hollywood and just bring in all new people.
Everybody's fired.
I'm like,
you have to reapply for your job.
It's a broken system. Clearly, we need to just start over. Yeah. But
all right, we are staying with the Arrowverse. We have a new image for the new Black Lightning character. Mike just put his hand into the picture of Black Lightning. Anyways, moving on.
In a recent interview, Guillermo del Toro said that he regrets not doing the Dark Universe. They came to him apparently to helm the Dark Universe, the Universal Monsters movie universe that failed after the second movie. After seeing it, Guillermo thought this had such great potential. He just didn't get the time to do it. and now he's regretting that decision, seeing how it bombed the way it did.
Do you think this is him saying, "Hey, if you're interested in rebooting, I might be willing to reconsider"?
If there's a way to fix this universe, Guillermo del Toro is it.
Yeah.
So
I'd be up for that.
Yeah,
I would actually be excited to see the next movie.
Exactly. I would be back into it and reinvested.
Yeah.
With his name attached.
All right. We got our first look at Benicio del Toro in The Last Jedi, his role in The Last Jedi. All right.
Yes.
Just an image here for you guys.
Yeah, don't know much about his character. Yeah. He said some cryptic things about he's the type of character who would come out of like a Bob Dylan song. I mean, he said a bunch of cryptic stuff like that you're like, I don't even know.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? Yeah. He said he's like a knife. If you handle him by the blade, he'll cut you. But if you handle him by he's a useful tool if you handle him by the handle. Right. I don't know what he was on at the time, but he was just, Del Toro was saying some crazy stuff. So, I don't know. I'm excited to see his character. So in strange news, if you're a Scooby-Doo fan, good news for you. There is a new Scooby-Doo movie coming out, but not with Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Or Shaggy, or Fred, or the Mystery Machine.
Yeah.
Daphne and Velma, the early years, basically, is coming out. It's in production now.
Oh, no Sarah Michelle Gellar?
No Sarah Michelle. Nah, she's a little old.
Yeah.
You're playing a young...
I'm out.
Yeah. No Sarah Michelle Gellar, I'm out. So apparently this is when they met in maybe high school, or at least probably a teen type movie where they're going to solve mysteries together before they get the team together. So
interesting.
Not sure how I feel about that, but we'll see.
All right. We now know Ben Mendelsohn's role in Captain Marvel is going to be the tyrannical Kree officer Jan Rog. So I think we said he was gave Captain Marvel a bunch of, or Marvel, was kind of like butts heads with him.
Yeah. I'm trying to be excited about this. I was like, don't really care. I'm like, Jan Rog, really?
Yeah.
Why isn't he a Skrull commander?
But in other news with Mendelsohn, he wants to play Doctor Doom.
I would be down for that.
Especially if it was a Doctor Doom in a Marvel
movie. In a Marvel movie, yeah, exactly.
That would be awesome.
Which, first story could happen. Yeah. All right. For that last little bit news, if you lived under a rock this last week, a trailer came out. They took the web by storm for a little movie called Avengers Infinity War.
I think it's an independent thing.
I think it's a small little small project. This trailer is crazy. We reviewed it. We did a little reaction to it, so you can see that on our channel. But yeah, I mean, this is just the first one. Marvel is a well-oiled machine at this point, and their marketing is amazing. They got their trailers on point. You know, not that I wasn't going to see this anyway. Right. But if it was possible to be more excited for this movie, I am now.
Yeah.
And only had one image of the Hulk, so you know it's good.
Yeah. Mike was jazzed for something that only had one Hulk in it.
Yeah.
One image of the Hulk. All right, let's go ahead and shift to comics real quick. For those of you who are comics fans, especially from the 90s, Sci-Fi has a documentary on the history of Image Comics. Yeah. Now, I was a huge Image Comics fan in the day. When they formed the company, I think for the first 2 years, I bought everything that company put out, regardless of who the creators were or how.
According to the sales number, I think everybody bought all the stuff they came out the first few years.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was some crazy good stuff, but yeah, I'm really excited to see this.
They're the only company, not Marvel or DC, to break in the top two, to be the second. They beat DC for a month in sales, which was for an independent, unheard of. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great documentary. You get to see all the behind the scenes, all the kind of the infighting and the stories, all the way up to making, the new partner with, with Walking Dead reinvigorating the line and the whole bit. So, it's an awesome documentary. You should check it out. Can't recommend it enough. All right. I think that's it we have for this week.
That'll do it.
Thank you for joining us once again. We'll be back next week with some more nerd news. If you like this, hit the like button, tell your friends about us, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to support the channel, there's a link to our Amazon affiliate link down below.
Yep.
Anything you purchase through that link, whether it's what the link goes to or not, will help out the channel a little bit as long as you purchase it
within 24 hours or put it in your cart within 24 hours and then purchase it within 89 days.
Yeah. All that helps us out. Helps us keep the lights on in this place. If you want to support us directly, we also have a link to our Patreon down below as well. So thank you very much. Please comment. Let us know what you thought. And we'll see you again next week.
Thanks.